Welcome to the Biosphere Toolbox. So good to have you on board this great Tuesday morning. I'm going to be sharing 3 great tools with you today that will help you maximize that customer who came into your shop, did what you wanted them to do, spent their hard-earned money, particularly that new customer. You know it is an expensive proposition to get the customer to come in that first time. It takes 25 times more to sell to a first-time customer or client than it does to sell to an existing customer or client. It is your TOMA that helps maximize turning that new customer into a returning customer. And that is where follow-up and extending, reaching out to the customer, staying in contact with them, not just through your external marketing methodology, right? Mailers, flyers, website, all the things that are furthest away from you as a shop, but everything that is closest to you as a shop, that is fully within your control. That's what follow-up creates. It is to reward and remind, top of mind awareness. We also use multiple touches and multiple platforms to help ensure that we're at the top of the customer's noggin, that we're an option, that they see us the next time they need an auto repair, they have an issue, and even when they don't have an issue. It's one of the great things about social media. It allows us to kind of always be in front of them with funny bumper stickers and tools they can use that help get more miles out of their car, a whole host of things. And the most important of all of those follow-up efforts starts with the 24-hour follow-up call. So the customer came in your door on Monday, they spent their hard-earned money with you, 24 hours later, you are calling them. Not 48, not 72. Why is that? This is why. Because most negative reviews are written within 24 hours of the experience. That's a really important thing to know and to understand and embrace. If customers are upset with you, they're going to go blast you pretty quickly, and not just online, but also to their friends. They're going to share. They want a shoulder to cry on because they feel like they've been wronged. You cannot wait to get in front of them with a phone call and ask them, hey, how was the service? How was the customer service? Is everything running properly and everything else? That phone call should not be done by the person who took care of that customer. It should be done by somebody else in your shop, not a third party, not a hired gun. You want to use someone that customer may have engaged with on some level, maybe when they were in the shop, may have answered the phone initially somehow. Don't use a hired gun. The customer, you may actually make things worse if the customer feels like, okay, you're hiring some outside person to reach out to me. That's how little you care about me. You say you care. Do you really care? Are you demonstrating it? That 24-hour callback is, hey, Johnny, how was the service at Biosphere Automotive? How are things going with your car? Just want to check in. That customer hopefully will tell you if they have an issue at that point in which you can resolve it. It gives us a chance to resolve the issue. That's a 24-hour callback. Second is the 7-day handwritten thank you note. Handwritten. And again, not by a third party. It's going to break your heart. Listen to what old Johnny's telling you. You hire all kinds of outside resources to write this stuff because your guys and your girls, your women, have terrible handwriting. The terrible handwriting makes it more authentic. When a handwritten thank you note is written in perfect handwriting, the customer may smell a rat. And plus, if it's signed by all of us on the team, thank you. There's nothing personal about that. There's nothing purely human about that. That's again a third party, hired gun. The person who dealt with that customer needs to be the person who writes the thank you note to share gratitude. And we've got best practices for how to write a great handwritten thank you note. People will love you for taking the time to do it, especially if you do it right. And the last of the follow-up elements that we believe in is the 30, 60, or 90-day callback and text as either a service reminder for an upcoming appointment that they have scheduled, you've scheduled with them, or deferred services. Hey, following up, last time you were in here, Bill, thank you so much for letting us work on your Prius. How is everything going? Great. While you were in here, there were some additional concerns we had and some additional services that are required by Toyota to ensure the long life of your Prius. You've done such great work with this, over 300,000 miles. You take great care of it. Look, if you get your Prius into me on Thursday of this week, I've got a special slot reserved for you at 8 a.m. to drop it off with me. I am going to give you a discount. Now, that's a D word. You don't have to go to that. It's an option. Just the act of reaching out to the customer itself is inherently often powerful enough to say, oh, yeah, I better get my car in for all that deferred work, all that stuff that I said no to when I had my car in last. Service reminders, deferred work callbacks, texting, follow-up phone calls, reinforce those things. I would say this: most shops underdo the follow-ups. They underperform. They're scared about bothering the customer. The customer will probably tell you if you're going a little too far, if there's a few too many reminders, and there's always opt-outs, right? If you've got shop management systems where you're sending text reminders, don't rely on technology to do what human beings do better than any technology possibly can. All that warm, squishy stuff. 24-hour callbacks, 7-day handwritten thank you notes, and 30, 60, and 90 deferred work calls and texts or service reminders. All part of staying connected and following up with your customer that creates massive value and massive top-of-mind awareness. I would love to hear what you have to say, what you've used in the past, what has worked for you, what you think about these simple and powerful tools. Please leave your comments right below this post. I appreciate you watching this video as we do, Lori and I, both each and every week. I hope you're able to take something from these videos and apply them to your shop. Until next time, thank you so much for working together to build something better.